So let's go on to our game. This is called Myth versus Reality. If you think it's a myth, just write M. If you think it's a reality, write R. And then we'll discuss why.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
All right.
cool. So the first one, mastering Korean language in 1 year. Myth or reality?
Wait, do I even have to?
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean-
we both know what this is. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Definitely a myth.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, the Korean language is difficult, but I guess for you guys, not so much, but for Americans, for sure. But there are some people who are really, really into languages, and like one or two girls that I know said they learned it in a year. I'm just like,
Yeah.
good for y'all.
So this is actually, this would be an R
Right.
for Japanese speakers.
Yes.
To be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
But not for
Everyone else. Maybe for Chinese people, it might be easy because they know like all the
right, because
Hanja
the
words.
language,
Yeah.
the
Chinese
symbols
characters.
derived, from
But
Chinese
still,
characters.
for them, the grammar structure is different. But for us, it's exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I didn't take it seriously. I took some time, but for Japanese speakers, it might be pretty easy to learn Korean.
And for me, with all languages, I know like a good amount of words from like a lot of Asian languages.
Yeah.
But I can't string sentences together.
Right.
It's very tragic.
I hear Chinese is easier for like English speakers because their grammar is like it's
maybe,
not,
but
it's simpler.
It's difficult for me because they have a lot of intonations. Like if you don't have the right intonation or the right like you're saying a completely different word.
I know.
And that's not like thank God it's not that way for Korean. Like pronunciation really matters in Korean.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
All right, next one. Having awkward dates with local Koreans. And this is for you. So you don't have to think for everyone. This is just for you.
For me? Okay.
3, 2, 1. Myth. His is myth.
Yeah.
Mine's reality. All right. So I've been on a date where, the person wanted to speak English, but couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm so willing to use Papago. It doesn't matter to me. If we're
interesting,
if you cannot communicate in that way and I barely know any Korean, like I'm still willing to get to know you. But he really wanted to use English. So he was extremely frustrated and he got angry. And I was like, just use the app. Like, it's okay. But he refused to use it. He just wanted to like speak as much English as he could. But he was getting like frustrated. It was just awkward. He like had a couple weird moments like talking to the person that he was like ordering coffee from. It was so awkward. The whole date was just
very interesting.
Tragic. I wouldn't even say it was a date. I had asked him to accompany me to go like shopping.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I wasn't like sure that I wanted to do the date. But I guess he saw it as a date. And so like he tried to take me to watch the movies, but I wanted to go home at a certain time. So I was like trying to, just like, no, it's too late. I want to go home. And then he was like, okay, well, next time you come to my city. And then he tries to get my phone number, but he has my Kakao. It's the same thing. In my opinion, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, why do you need my number? He was like,
no, in Korea it's different.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, they think it's different.
Oh, why?
I don't get it.
Right?
Yeah,
it's the same
but I guess
thing.
like when you're dating, right? My ex-girlfriend would tell me stuff like, "Oh, like you gotta call me. Like, don't use Kakao. You gotta call me using the number. You're in Korea. Like I don't even know, but it's different.
That's
for some
okay.
reason.
Good to know. I see it but you understand how I see it as the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. It's the same thing.
So I was but he was getting upset because I didn't understand him, and then he tried to follow me home.
That's good. That's weird.
You know? So I was just like, okay. And so thank God we like had a separate train that we had to go on to like go home. But he tried to follow me on my train. I'm like, no, this train is going to my home. You need to go on that train.
I think it's a Korean thing though.
Oh,
Like
to like
as a
take
guy,
somebody home.
yeah, like as a guy, you're supposed to like,
Oh,
escort your girl. And, like everyone, like a lot of people do it. I think it's like a thing.
interesting. Why is it a myth for you about awkward dates? You just don't feel awkward going on dates here?
I don't know. It just never really happened to me. I tend to hang out with people that are similar to me.
Got it.
Right. So I don't like suddenly just like hang out with like Europeans because I don't really know what to say to them. I would probably hang out with like Koreans who used to live abroad.
Right.
Maybe Japanese people. Maybe like just random Americans. Yeah, they could be like white or black or whatever. I don't really care. But you know what I mean?
I'm about to say you fit in well with like American, like from the conversation that we're having, like you fit in quite well.
I tend to be like super liberal. Like if I was in America, I would be like very liberal.
All right. Let's go to the next one. Myth versus reality. Okay. Enjoying peaceful, scenic atmospheres.
Wait. In Korea, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Compared to other countries.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
funny.
Yeah.
So yours is myth, mine is reality. I say reality because there's a lot of beautiful places here in Korea. I mean, like,
interesting.
It's not as beautiful as other countries. Like when I went to Thailand, I was blown away. It was gorgeous.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Right. So it's not as pretty as other countries, but there are still very peaceful places and beautiful places that you can go.
Yeah, sure.
So that's why I say reality.
Right. I lived everywhere.
Yes.
And I also traveled everywhere.
Yes.
So I go to like Southeast Asia all the time. I was just in Vietnam for like 2 weeks, like a couple months ago. In February, I went to Taiwan and China.
Nice.
Last year, I went everywhere. Like I went to like Phuket, Bangkok, like Vienna, like Da Nang. So that's Vietnam. Like, I don't know. I went everywhere, but that's kind of what I do, right? So I went to Bali too last year. These places are so awesome. Like you go and the ocean is like clear.
What's your favorite scenery? Like what country had your favorite scenery? And what were you looking at?
So I majored in structural engineering. So I like buildings.
Yes.
Like modern.
Nice.
So I like Singapore.
Gotcha.
So it's not nature. It's just really nice buildings.
Cool.
But you're surrounded by super nice buildings.
That makes sense.
I love it.
Have you ever seen like a structure that looked weird and you're like, how the heck did they even build that?
No, there's a lot of those though.
Facts.
Yeah.
Especially in Asia.
Yeah, in Singapore. Singapore has a lot of those. I don't really see those here in Korea. You don't see like crazy buildings.
But I've seen it in like Thailand. Like they've got buildings where like the building is twisting. And while it's twisting, like it's like there are rooms that stick out.
Interesting.
From the building. It's insane looking, but it looks so freaking cool. Cooking at home because eating out is too expensive. Myth. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, like I can cook. I think depending on the food that you get, it's more expensive to cook than it is to like eat out. Because eating out here is super cheap.
It's cheap. It's so cheap.
Especially if you like only eat like the noodles and the, certain foods. Like it's like what, 5,000 won for like a dish here?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And even meat, like if you go to the right places, meat is not that expensive compared to like what it would be in America.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Crazy.
But what's weird is coffee is super expensive. Did you notice this? I mean, you did, right?
I'm not a coffee drinker.
Oh, okay.
So I don't, thank God, I don't have to, go through that kind of struggle. But yeah. Okay, so the next one, standing out as a foreigner and getting constant stares.
I mean, no.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
No way, no, not for me.
It's so easy for him because he looks like a Korean.
Yeah.
So people really can't tell that you're Japanese. Like you have to tell them.
Yeah, almost every single time. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Must
be nice.
So I've been told that like I have like a different nose. I have like different eyes by Korean people. So maybe there are differences, but I don't really know. Yeah,
must be nice.
And this is good and bad, right? Like I don't really stand out, so I'm expected to speak Korean.
Right. Yeah. But you can. So if you didn't, then it would be like a little bit more difficult for you now.
But I feel like people kind of, I don't know. I feel like I need to speak better Korean.
I I see.
I feel like the expectation is higher for me.
Oh, okay. I see. Do they ever like once you start speaking Korean, are they like, oh,
Immediately, they're like,
foreigner?
oh, you're Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, last one. Missing your stop on public transportation because you were too focused on your phone.
Oh, sure. Every single day. Yeah.
Hilarious. Reality for both of us. Oh, that happened to me. Like, I get so mad too because, like, one time I missed it and it was like an express train. So I had to wait like 2 or 3 stops to like get back the other way. It was so annoying. I hated it. But it's very easy because everyone, when you're on like the subway, they're focused on their phone or they're asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one really pays close, truly attention unless you're a tourist and
That's true.
you're new here.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen asleep in the subway?
Not in Korea.
That's crazy.
I've done that in Japan. Yeah, but not.
Did you find it? Do you find it easier in Japan? Do you feel more comfortable in Japan to do that, or that it just happened?
So Seoul is a lot smaller than Tokyo.
Okay.
So I wouldn't really like have the time to fall asleep over here.
Interesting.
Because I live in Seoul too. So if I go somewhere and try to go back, it would take like maybe it would take like 30 minutes.
Yeah, for me it's different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I think it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It take like, and when we went to like, me and my friend just got back from Busan and we were so tired. Like the sun down there, it's dry heat, but the sun was taking us out. And like we got on a train, we had to wait for an hour. We fell asleep in like the first 20 minutes. Like it was.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
In summer, yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get on the subways and they overcompensate with the air conditioner. So it's like
it's cold.
Yeah, it's freezing when you get on the subways. I'm just like, okay, the two extremes, and then you get sick like a couple days later. Lovely.
I know what you mean.
Advice for people who are looking to come here and build a life here.
You don't have to try to integrate into the culture either.
You don't.
Because this is not like America where like you can be like in America you don't have to be white, to be honest. Like you don't have to, but
it helps.
here unless you're Korean, you're not really like part of the society.
Yes. Forever.
Which I don't think is a bad thing, to be honest. Like that's okay. But
I don't either.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think you need Korean. So this is what I think. You need skills. If you want to go anywhere in the world, right? You can come to Korea and teach English, but after like a couple years, you're gonna be like, hey, I can't keep making
over it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but when you want to change jobs as an English teacher, it's not gonna be easy. But yeah.
Okay,
you
cool.
need skills. Dude, Google Maps doesn't work here.
Facts.
That's huge, though. You're like coming here as a traveler.
Yes. So what are you using instead of Google Maps?
So initially I used to use Google Maps and it was super hard to, navigate around. But eventually I picked up Korean and now I use Naver Map. But you got to use Korean on that. Right?
Yeah, you do.
English doesn't work.
Well, sometimes it does.
Oh, sometimes
it
does?
Depending on like what you're putting in. Because, some names of the places here are in English. Like travel.
That's true.
Right. If you put in Travel Maker,
but then
you'll
again,
find it.
if you're visiting, you wouldn't really go to Travel Maker.
This is true.
Right. You're going to like a local place.
This is true. So just, I use Naver because that makes me feel most comfortable.
Yeah.
But like I learned how to like Papago things and then roll it on into Naver.
That makes sense. Right.
I hated Kakao Maps.
I use both though.
Yeah, a lot of people use both. I use it if my friends send it to me.
In
Kakao Maps, then I'll use it. So any recommendations of places to visit when you come to Korea?
Within Korea?
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously when I first came here, I went to Gyeongbokgung.
Yeah.
And like the little village right next to it. Like Samcheondong, that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I like those places. It's super cool.
Right.
But I don't have to talk about it because everybody knows about it.
Right.
And there's a lot of tourists.
Any places outside of Seoul?
No, I would definitely stay in Seoul.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Because I went to all these different places, but here in Korea, Seoul is like the most developed place.
Seoul is the place.
Yeah. To be honest, I think it's Hyundai.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would either say go to Sokcho or Busan.
Oh, why though?
I'm very big on beach. Like I love water. I love nature. I love scenery. Like I don't mind being in a big city. Like I came from the country, so it's nice to be able to live in a city, but I feel more at peace. I feel more at center when I'm next to water. So Sokcho is quite beautiful in the winter.
Did you like drive there?
I took a bus. I went with my school.
Oh, okay. Cool,
Yeah,
cool,
our
cool.
school took us
Nice,
on
yeah.
like a 2-day trip, and so they paid for the hotel, and it was just this gorgeous hotel that was like looking over the mountains that was covered with snow. It was during the winter, and then like we went up in a cable car in this mountain, and you could see the beach over the white mountains. It was phenomenal.
Right. No, that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah. And then like for Busan, beachy vibes,
Yeah.
party, good time. I like Busan a lot. And the people there are more friendly than the people in Seoul. Do you have any future plans here in Korea? Because I know you've been here for 5 years. So what's the future look like for you here?
So I'm trying to get my permanent residency, and I should be able to apply soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll probably do that. But once I get it, I'm not really sure if I'm staying. I might just go somewhere else. I'm not sure.
How does that work?
When you say permanent residency, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same in every country.
Okay.
Right? Let's say you go to America, you get a green card.
Yeah.
Once you leave America, it's gonna expire.
Mm.
Like if you leave America more than for a year, I guess it's gonna expire.
Okay.
Right? The Korean one wouldn't expire as long as you come into the country once every 2 years or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it differs from country to country.
Okay.
What I currently have is more similar to the American green card. As in, if I wanted to start a business here, I could probably do that. I don't have to be hired by a company. I can start I can do my own thing, and I can extend it. So I basically what I have is very similar to the American green card. I can still upgrade it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
interesting. Oh, that's cool. So right now you don't really know, like you'll get your permanent residency here, but you don't know if you'll stay or live here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Because I like living here, but on some days I'm like, I don't think I really belong to this culture. Yeah,
So where's the next place that you would want to live?
Either Canada or Singapore.
Nice.
Yeah. But if I go to Canada, it's more like America, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. I don't... You know how in America, unless you're in New York, you go to work and you just come back home.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it.
I think personally, I think life is what you make it, right?
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person that just wakes up, goes to work, and goes home, yeah, your life is going to be boring.
Yeah.
But if you're the kind of person who actively tries to seek out things to do, life will never be boring. And that's no matter where you are in the world. Yeah, I'm the kind of person that I seek out music festivals. I seek out if I want to go to a dance company or go play archery or go swimming, I seek out things to do rather than just always coming home and doing nothing. Now, there are most days I like to come home and watch YouTube or edit videos and stuff like that. But there are days where I'm just nah, I want to be outside. Let's go find something to do.
I guess what I'm trying to say is it's so easy to find stuff to do in Korea. And it's so easy to go out, go to Hangan, the river, and I could just go there and chill by myself.
We're pretty much at the end of the show. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today. We talked about everything.
We talked about a lot of random stuff.
A lot of random things.
I feel like we talked a lot of but overall, Korea is nice, right? So. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say, I guess.
Korea is nice.
Yeah.
If you want to come and live here, please don't be afraid to do so.
It's not perfect, but
it's not.
But no country is, so
that part.
Yeah.
All right. And so where can our listeners find you? Do you have an Instagram that you want to give out or any media that you want to share?
Yeah, I got my Instagram.
Okay, well, tell the people. What's your Instagram?
It's DAKAII.
Okay.
That's my Instagram's, ID.
Yes.
So, yeah.
You can find them there. Hit them up. Try to slide in the DMs. Foreigners, that are not Korean or Japanese, slide in the DMs. All right. And thank you again for joining us on Passport to Perspectives. I hope you all have a wonderful night or morning wherever you guys are in the world. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Mwah.